Well, hi everyone. I'm John Ritlin with my review of WWE NXT Great American Bash Night 1. This show had two good matches, and I didn't really give a shit about anything else on it, though it did hype up some, good things, or at least one good thing for next week. And sweet Christ, NXT is kind of stuck in a rut. There are a lot of people that like it, and I'm not saying that the talent isn't there, but just something about the overall feel, the creative feel, it just seems stuck in a rut. It seems stuck in a trench like it just can't get out of. It's like stuck in a moment that you can't get out of. Boy, now I have that U2 song stuck in my head. I'm going to go listen to some U2 after this, but before, I have to talk about the fact that on the set they had cars and they had some pyro, a little spurty pyro, kind of sounds a little gross, and limited commercial interruption eventually, kinda, sorta. Candice LeRae versus Mia Yim versus Dakota Kai versus Tegan, four-way elimination match, and it's all four women human centipede together, and this match wasn't good. It wasn't, I don't know if they told these women to look as awkward as possible during spots, in the pause, when, like after certain spots and stuff like that, and just, it's like, that's how you're going to tell a story, ladies. Stand around, look like idiots until you can do your next spot. Because all these women are talented enough and can do some good shit in the ring. I mean, hell, Tegan and Dakota have one of the best matches in, WWE this year at TakeOver Portland when Reina Gonzalez made her debut. They are all capable of having good matches, except you got Candice, who is just Mrs. Gargano. She's Johnny Gargano's wife, but now as a heel. She is not any better off as a heel. It's just not fucking working. She does some dives. She does a cool German off the ropes, and then she gets hit with a code breaker 1, 2, 3, and then we get a 2-minute break. Okay, cool. We then get Yim doing some diving and some awkward 2 counts, like she hits this code blue, the code red, but her hair is blue. Do you get it? And gets an awkward 2 count where it seems like Dakota did or didn't kick out, or somebody was supposed to break it up. I have no idea. A bridging pin. Dakota gets the pin to pin Yim right there. That was really hard to say. We go to another break. They're getting all the breaks in now because they're going to do the last match with no commercial interruptions, which is smart. It's down to Tegan and Dakota. Cannonball to the face. Ouch. There was a fall-away slam pin and the Tegan meme face. That was pretty goddamn cool. Molly go round, shiniest wizard, 1, 2, 3. Tegan versus Io is actually smart because if they're having Dakota want to face Io, you save that match for a takeover, and you had Dakota be the one to beat Io eventually. Now, probably not in August, but sometime in November, absolutely. Now, would it be hard to stretch that out? Yes, but you could do some really good shit there, and Dakota taking the title from Io would be smart. That being said, this match was just really awkward for me. I'm not saying the effort wasn't there, but the awkward pauses just did not help it at all. Damian Priest then addresses Cameron Grimes' actions and says the beating that he gives him will live forever. Lorcan versus Thatcher. This is one of my favorite matches on NXT TV recently because it didn't need to go forever, and I like the fact that it was just all about submission wrestling and chops and hard strikes and everything. And Lorcan got in some good shots here. I did hate some of the crowd chants, so they did get off a couple good ones a little bit later. The Fujiwara armbar got the tap, so Lorcan did tap out. But this was good. I enjoyed this. I thought they took it seriously. They did some good stuff. And it didn't need to go forever, unlike one match a little bit later on. And then we get Cross giving a little bit of a sermon, a lesson, if you will, while Scarlett talks about how, the plot will thicken and other things will thicken. And who knows? Tick-tock, tick-tock, the sands of the hour ass, and who the hell knows. Cross is obviously going to be the one to win the heavyweight championship very soon. We then get Rhea versus Aaliyah and Robert Stone. Robert Stone stole Mark Merrow's boxing robe and then took a mouthpiece, boxing mouthpiece, because he doesn't know how to wrestle. He didn't wrestle at all in Impact. How dare anybody say that? He actually took a gimmick that shouldn't have worked and made it work and was actually a pretty capable wrestler. And I'm sure still is, but was playing the comedy manager. This is stupid. This was stupid. This is what they're doing with Rhea right now. Rhea basically beats the shit out of him. Aaliyah gets in a few shots and stuff like that, and Robert just basically gets shit beat out of him, and then she hits the double prison trap, the standing clover leap, and gets the victory there. Cool. Let's just be done with this. Build Rhea back up. Just do something. Put Rhea on Raw. Have her do something. Just do something at this point, because her going back to fight Io for the NXT Women's Championship, I just don't know what else you do other than have her maybe lose to Io and then get called up. Because there isn't anything else for her to do. They kind of damaged what, she had in NXT. Call her up to Raw, have her beat Asuka for the championship at some point. I just don't know what else you do with Rhea. I didn't really like this match. What I also didn't like was Strong versus Loomis in a strap match because there was plenty of strapping action. The strap-on Roddy chants were actually amusing. Dexter likes it. This match, if it had been half the length that it was, I would have actually enjoyed it a little bit more. Because the first ever strap match in NXT history, sure, you want to see two men strap and lash each other. If you're into that, cool. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that because there's not. I'm not here to kink shame, but this took forever. This really took forever, and for a storyline that I was 50-50 on, this just did not work. It didn't work for me, dog. It didn't work for me. There was a cool superplex spot. They did a tease earlier with, the trunk. Oh no, Roddy's going to get in the trunk, and he gets all fearful. And then Fish shows up, and then eventually he gets strapped. And then the silence for the tap, the Anaconda device, and that's it right there. Please let this be the end of the feud. Give Dexter Lumis something to do and stop making the Undisputed Era seem like goofs. Because unless you're going to call them up, say, after, say, by the Royal Rumble or something like that, provided depending on when we get crowds back, I just don't know what else you're going to do with them because you're kind of making them look like goofs. And there's nothing wrong with putting a dent in the Undisputed Era's armor. This didn't work for me. Loomis winning was cool. I like Dexter Loomis' character, and I like Roderick Strong in the ring. I don't know. Didn't work for me. Lee and Cole video package, hyping up the main event they're going to have next week, winner take all match. That's going to be pretty cool. Weekly displaying a Finn's package, and I know some people like that. And then we get Candice and Mia brawling backstage. Great, good. This fucking feud that won't fucking end. And it wasn't interesting the first time. Who was the guy, confronting Gargano? The black guy in the shirt and the white shirt, I believe it was. Who was he? I mean, I got nothing against him featuring talent. I just have no idea who this guy is. The commentary address him. Who is that? Escobar, Mendoza, and Wild. They say basically, we are more than a mask. Ah, good. Okay, they're mask deniers. We're not going to wear a mask. It oppresses our American rights. That's not how things work, you fucking idiots. I'm just on my soapbox briefly to say masks are not that big of a goddamn deal. Whether I like wearing them or not, wear your goddamn mask. I know that's not what they were saying. I just felt like saying it. These are three talents. I do not give a shit about this trio. I just don't. I don't fucking care. I'm factions sometimes work. This doesn't. The whole build up to it was stupid, and no amount of taking it seriously is going to work for me. They are talented guys. This ain't going to work. What's also not going to work is Maverick and Breezango. Maverick showing up and then Breezango even in the odds. We're getting a 3-on-3 match next week. Great, good, okay. Throwaway match here on Great American Bash. This is very much like Great American Bash 1990, where there was one, maybe two good matches on the show. And then Grimes is cutting a promo saying he wants either Adam Cole or Keith Lee because he considers himself, easy for me to say, the number one contender. Mia versus Candice in a street fight next week. Good, okay, good. Whatever. What the fuck matters? Sasha channeling Sting from Great American Bash 1990 with her gear. Or was it Great American Bash 92? I think it was 90. This was, that was good. And that was, I don't know if that was her intention, or if it's supposed to be patriotic about bringing people together and everything, and we should all be together as far as skin color and everything. We really should be, all equal people, but there are morons that don't believe that, but I digress. That was cool what Sasha did, and if she was channeling Sting, good for her regardless. The gear was cool, and Bayley was there also. Io versus Sasha, non-title match, which was smart because of the way they did this. There would have been no reason to ever have a championship on the line. Io Shirai loves to control and dominate. Go on. Please go on, commentary. Sudden dirty thoughts is all I'm going to say. Bayley then honks the car horn to distract Io. Since Bayley is apparently a 10-year-old trying to distract and, give her friend the advantage. I mean, it is what it is. At least they seem to be having fun. That's what matters. This was good. Sasha will be in a goddamn wheelchair, though. She keeps bumping like that. I don't wish it, but the way she bumps, it is insane. And she's been doing this for a number of years. That's what I thought all the way back in 2016. And she's still been doing bumps like this. We got trash talking. Sasha's like, I built NXT. You wouldn't be here without me. This kind of stuff. And we get a sunset flip bomb into the plexiglass. That looked deadly. Good. It looked as safe as it could, but it did look deadly. Bayley interferes, and then the ref's upset. You're bringing the tag team title in here. No, you can't be doing that. And then suddenly, Sasha grabs the belt, and then, oh no, here's Asuka. Miss to the face, playing off of when Sasha pinned Asuka on Raw. Miss to the face, and then we get Io hitting the moonsault, 1, 2, 3. Io and Asuka celebrate, and that's it. That's your lot right there. It was fine. I mean, the women's match and Thatcher versus Lorcan were the two highlights of it, but everything else was just okay or what the fuck, in my opinion. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Ritlin. I'll see you soon.